In this chapter, there are two very key places where John will illuminate something to us if we're paying attention. The first thing that John illuminates to us is that John knew who he was. It's the first thing. John's like, look, I'm not the Christ, I'm the forerunner. And so John lived his life based upon a purpose that was based upon his identity, that was based upon his mission, his mandate, all of those things. So John knew who he was. Probably the most important thing, or one of the most important understandings that Christians need to have, is who they are. It's paramount. So here's the idea, right? So when you give your life to Christ, if you're outside of Jesus, you're outside of everything. You're outside of covenants, you're outside of salvation, you're outside of promises, and you're outside of the kingdom. When you come to Christ, you come into salvation, you come into promises, you come into covenants, and you come into a kingdom. This kingdom is alive, right? This world that Jesus brought with him and said, the kingdom of heaven is here. I brought it with me. You not only can enter it, you can obtain it, and you can see it working in your life. It's a real kingdom. This kingdom that Jesus brings, most Christians either don't understand it or they don't understand the principles by which this kingdom works and how it activates. And this is the issue. And so this is why identity is important, because identity opens up for us. It not only, we come to Jesus, we're in a kingdom, but very few see the kingdom manifest in any way. Right? This kingdom should be operating in your life. You should see power. You should see dominion. You should see victory. Doesn't mean you don't go through things. Doesn't mean you don't get hit with things, but it means you get back up and you keep moving. And there should be layer upon layer of your life that is being transformed. And the king's dominion is, your world is his world. His world is your world. The kingdom is a culture. So the kingdom is not the church's culture. The church creates a culture. The church's culture is not Jesus's culture. Right? The kingdom culture is not the world's culture. When the Bible uses the word culture or it uses the word world, it means system of thinking. And so the kingdom is not just spiritual, it's based also upon a mindset, the mind of Christ, right? That's in Romans 2, but Romans 12 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and then you will prove or make known the perfect will of God. When does the perfect will of God come into your life? When you begin to change it, when your thinking begins to align with his. That's one of the things it's saying. And the way that our thinking aligns is we start thinking on earth as it is in heaven. We start thinking in terms of the kingdom culture. We don't think in terms of the church culture. We don't think in terms of the world culture. The way the kingdom works is we have to enter into it. And one of the ways that not just enter into it, we have to bring it forth.